Is there a perfect video game? In my research, no, there is not a perfect video game.
What the fuck?
Bastard. Bastard.
But if I had to think of a game that came close, in my opinion, it has to be Plants vs. Zombies, a game I've continued to play for most of my life and it's never gotten old. It's basically second nature to start the adventure mode again for the 100th time for no reason, to plant columns of plants like I care, or start giving up and doing this shit, just like the opening. What are these placements? This is how they wanted you to play the game.
And I could get a little more even, if you know what I mean.
Again, it's not perfect. There are some aspects that aren't as enjoyable, like the kind of sluggish night levels or some strange plants that aren't the best, but it's probably the closest game can get to perfect, because no matter how much time passes, I never get tired of digging around in it. But what if you tried to perfect perfection? What if we can make it better? What if we only had 6 months to do it? What if we AI upscale the whole game? Wouldn't that be fucking awesome, PopCap? PopCap? PopCap, you okay there? You look a little different. It look like you've been developing the same game for 6 years. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted just released, and while I've not mentioned it that many times on this channel, Plants vs. Zombies is one of my favorite franchises, and there's just enough wacky weird shit going on with this remaster that it's worth going over. Most remasters are pretty pointless cash grabs, like remember those Mario and Luigi remakes on the 3DS where they would remake a game that could already technically be played on the 3DS? But even then, there's a good reason for most remasters. People like having a game available on modern platforms with small additions. The problem is when it's a heavily hyped up release and you get fucking AI upscale.
What are you showing me? His head. Come on! Open your ass!
I feel like a re-release of the first Plants vs. Zombies with all the features that came before for modern systems has been a heavily requested thing for a while, and PopCap, knowing this, needed a couple extra dollars because no one was buying premium plants that month. So they just rushed this into production. You could really feel it. You can feel it in the walnut bowling minigame that crashes it.
Did the game freeze? Is the game frozen?
This isn't the worst remaster ever or anything. That probably goes to that GTA trilogy remaster, but still, like, come on, man. Could have spent a little more time on this. It feels like there's been more effort into making the game look like it's gonna be really good rather than making the game actually good. It was advertised with these really nice CGI trailers of Crazy Dave playing the game, and it's all cute and funny, but then none of that quality is actually in it. But all I saw out there was Cheapy the Cheapskate! They also did this video for advertising.
What's up, Hedgeheads? You are live with the Turf Titan himself, No Cap Shroom!
You can complain all you want, but this reflects the actual product.
Chat, we cooked or just french fried?
At its core, yes, it is Plants vs. Zombies, so I technically enjoy it, but PopCap really expects people to be excited about buying this game from 2009 for $20, even though it's been valued at $5 for so long. And yes, obviously, just don't buy this version if you don't like it, but this could have easily been worth that much if they just put more time and care into remastering the game that made their company what it is today. Wait, you did this PVZ one?
Let's do mini games. They're like the tater tots of games.
Now me, I was always gonna buy this game. I got doubles of the PS3, one of the DS. I do this shit for the love of the game. But genuinely, if you're not a huge PVZ fan, this just isn't worth it at all. It still kinda isn't if you are. I'm just a fucking consumer.
Chat, we cooked or just french fried?
It's just the original game with a couple of new bells and whistles, old bells and whistles, and an AI upscaling gloss all over it. Yeah, that's the main controversy this game has spawned, other than just overall being half-baked. It very clearly uses AI upscaling to make the game look better. It's really funny because PopCap went from saying the game used no AI to saying it used no generative AI, just like how I didn't illegally download the game.
It's not a rumor.
Honestly, for most people that aren't looking for signs, it's probably not noticeable, but it just feels like the whole game has this weird blurry gloss over it that kind of blends everything together. It's not ideal, but also I'm not gonna act like it looks horrible because the original art can still mostly shine through. It's just another side effect of the game being developed in 6 months. The worst sin this remaster commits, though, is including basically no one from the original game in the production of this one, despite the brand director saying they were going to get the band back together. Then we proceeded to get a game that's held together with duct tape and Elmer's glue. I don't know what kind of fucked up band you're going to. The almanac has this little gallery section tacked on that has old sketches and pictures of builds, but not only is there not that much there, but there's some weird images included here just to fatten up the gallery. Like, why include menu screens from the game I'm currently playing? I am like 3 clicks away from seeing this myself in full screen. What, you think I'm homesick? I can see this menu at any time.
What does it even mean, see his house? Of course I can see his house. It's right there. Anybody could.
There's also this straight up fake concept art. The original artist, Rich Warner, confirmed he didn't draw any of this, and there couldn't be concept art of the disco zombie because it wasn't planned. It replaced the Michael Jackson zombie, so that makes it extra funny that PopCap tried making this look authentic by adding a fake fucking coffee stain. Guys, it's definitely real. There's a coffee stain PNG. It has to be.
Kissed with coral blue #2 semi-gloss lipstick.
PopCap claimed they wanted to feature concept art and work that in some cases was created after Plants vs. Zombies 1 launched in 2009, not only to showcase Plants vs. Zombies 1, but also the many more great Plants vs. Zombies games it inspired. Which by itself would have been fine, but other than the replanted screenshots and shitty retro pea shooter concept art,
Why the fuck does every retro pea shooter except the one they went with look good?
all of this art is only a PVC1 shit. There is no concept art from other games. This makes no sense. Why is this here? What's even worse is the way the music is handled. Laura Shigehara, the original composer for the game herself, has pointed out how all of her music is just wrong now in this version. Each track is supposed to be dynamic and instruments gradually appear as the level goes on, but in Replanted, that shit is just all instantly on the track. There's a zombie on your lawn isn't even rendered again. They just screen recorded the console version and put it on a CRT TV, so now it looks like fucking Kanito Pet ending. Not only is it really small and hard to see, they also put a grain filter over it. Guys, it's already in shit quality. You didn't have to make it worse. The DS version did the same thing, which is having the original video play, but that's the DS version. I'm not gonna get mad at that. It's like picking on the handicapped. And even then, this version still beats Replanted's ass. Most of the shit in this remaster is directly lifted from the PS3 and Xbox 360 ports of the game, so you would think this version has everything they have, but no, for some reason. Like, there's this whole thing you can do in the console PvZ where you're able to upgrade your house. There was an online leaderboard too. None of that is here. So of course the stuff exclusive to the DS version is also missing, like the mini games and most importantly Air Raid. I loved Air Raid. It's so fucking stupid. Now look at it. It's dead.
Air Raid was still with us?
Oh wait, sorry, it's back, but instead you're fighting 50 balloon zombies. This is way better.
Won't let me grab it. Really fucking good game, PopCap.
They're like the tater tots of games.
Oh, they should actually add that.
Yeah, the game would go viral.
There's so many small bugs and oddities in this game that just annoy me. Like Split P's left head just has its eyes closed until it starts shooting, and I have to assume this is a bug because there's no way people sat in a room and decided this needed to be added to the game. Twin Sunflower's petals are weirdly long for some reason. Genuinely, what happened here? What did the barber do to her? Just like the AI, these are really small graphical issues, but if you've looked at this game for your entire life like me, it just looks wrong. But don't worry, you can make the game look even worse with costumes. Maybe if I'm looking at retro pea shooter, I'll be too distracted to notice Crazy Dave's magical floating hammer. What's the point of adding costumes if you're just gonna add like 3 new ones? Head crab zombies look fine, but like, why is this in the game? It feels like there should be way more options if this is one of them. Retro pea shooters and zombies. A retro skin makes sense for games that, you know, were retro at some point, not a game made in 2009 that didn't have pixel art. Actually, the DS version did, but that's not what I'm seeing here. I have to have my retro skins. I can't play a game unless it looks like Bit Trip Rudder, motherfucker.
This is not retro. I'm sorry.
What kind of team decides this? Who are the people at PopCap that decided, yep, AI upscaling in 3 costumes is worth $20? Who is it?
As we embarked on the journey of PVZ Replanted, we dove into the archives, took a look at all the art, and realized that, PVZ is known for a really distinct, really wonderful style.
Oh. These are the people at PopCap.
The Yeti Zombie. The Yeti Zombie is a great experience for anyone that actually plays it. To do so, you have to get through adventure more than once. It's a great secret experience that we want people to get to play.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Oh no.
Some of the best things in Plants vs. Zombies are the sounds. Many people listen to the soundtrack and the sound effects of Plants vs. Zombies long after they play the game.
What? Like, I just keep having like newspaper zombie grunts ring in my ear like PTSD.
For me personally, some of the details that I really like are Dr. Zomboss's theme song. It plays on the final level, and it only plays for a short clip. And really, if you're not paying attention, you might miss it. We don't release that in the soundtrack. It's kind of an Easter egg that we leave there for the players, and it's personally one of my favorite songs from the original, and really recaptured and replanted the experience that we have there today.
What the fuck are you talking about? It plays for a short clip? It plays throughout the entire boss fight. It's the music. Also, what just played? That wasn't it.
Dr. Zomboss's theme song.
That is an unused track named Zombotany. This is the real boss music. This is the most basic shit. What the fuck is this video? What the fuck is this company?
Hey everybody, thanks for spending time with us today talking about PvZ Replanted. It's coming out on October 23rd.
Wait,
See you
rewind
out
that
there
shit.
on the lawn.
What was that two-person ventriloquist show? What were they're like frozen in time? What did this guy possibly do before this that made PopCap give him this much control over a series he knows like 3 things about, and one of them is the Yeti zombie? Well, it looks like he worked on a game called Big Time Gangsta. Okay, I know Tara mentioned all of this in his video, which goes way more in depth, but I swear I wrote this before that came out, and he showed me all of this. It's too funny. I have to keep it in.
These are the people in charge of PvZ.
This looks like the Nut Shack.
You know what? Now that I'm seeing it, yeah, I would trust this man with my $1 million franchise. Here's the keys to my car, my wife's phone number. You earned it. A couple of days before the game officially launched, you could preload the game, and if you mess with the files enough, you could just straight up start the game. So a bunch of people were able to get in early, including me. This was only a couple days before release, and the game had so many things wrong with it. This caused PopCap to state that this wasn't the final version of the game and there would be a day 1 patch, but I don't know, this seems like damage control to me. I think the game was always supposed to release in the state it was originally. I have a hunch.
So you were always like this.
But I'll be fair and judge the game based on the patch version. They barely patched shit.
What? Wait, what? Already? What the fuck? What? 2 bobsleds? What the fuck? 3!
Some of the small graphical errors are fixed. They fixed a bug where the music would be sped up with the game, and they gave Zomboss his health bar, which wasn't there before for some reason.
It doesn't do this shit. No, it fucking doesn't.
It's disgusting.
I've played this 1,000 times. It doesn't do fucking 3 gargantuars.
Time to grow some grizzly bears.
But other than that, there's not really many other patches. The game still has no dynamic music, and instead they're saying it will be added in a future update. How about instead you finish this game that's already been finished? The music was like this for 16 fucking years. What happened?
But that's simply not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you stupid bastard?
And really, if you're not paying attention, you might miss it. We don't release that in the soundtrack.
Whatever, I've been a little too negative. I need to take a page out of the Big Time Gangsta book and find something here I like. Well, I like the fast forward feature. PvZ is usually a pretty relaxing game, and this goes against that, but if you played this game as much as me, it just feels good to blast past entire levels in like 30 seconds. 1 second I'm in my backyard, the next second I'm on the roof. I think Dave put something in my drink. There's a couple of new modes which are fine, but just not really anything to write home about, and not many people will probably play them anyway, but they're here, I guess. RIP mode is a harder version of the adventure mode where you're forced to start from the beginning if you die. Also, there's these really loud, obnoxious guitar riffs.
Look, it's a lot. I thought that the marigold made that sound.
I hope you like this mode in Adventure Plus, because you're just not allowed to select Adventure ever again. Probably gonna put that in an update. Gotta wait for that one. There's Cloudy Days, which is just 10 levels, but sometimes you get no sun. Ooh. Then there's bonus levels, which are based on scrapped mini games that were gonna be in the original game, which is really cool, but also you can definitely tell why they were scrapped. Got some classics here like Art Challenge Walnut, Art Challenge Sunflower, Big Time with these little zombies. Not those little zombies, those are imps.
What the hell you call them things?
Imps.
Imps, yeah.
For some reason, this game only has like 1 save state for every section of bonus content. It's just annoying and really weird because it's the only version of the game that does this. God damn it, let me make multiple saves. Don't tell me what to do, PopCap.
Did you just tell me what to do? You just told me what to do.
In the original game, there's this little Easter egg where if you scroll all the way down the achievement hole, you can go to China.
Oh my damn, I dug all the way to China!
And in this, they actually added a playable level of Plants vs. Zombies Great Wall Edition. Plants vs. Zombies in China is like a whole can of worms. There's a bunch of changes to the games just for China. There's only one level, so it's not like the coolest thing ever, but this is like the one surprise that wasn't in the marketing. Let me savor this. I found out there's a weird thing with the almanac here where the zombies have their Chinese skins on, including Football Zombie, who isn't even in the level, so this is the only place where this appears.
No, it's fine. I just didn't think it would be Chinese.
And the biggest pro this game has, though, is a modern version of Versus in co-op mode, and they still found a way to half-ass it, god damn it.
And for the first time ever, you can play local co-op and PvP, so you can team up with a friend or battle it out as Plants vs. Zombies.
No, it's not. This is just stolen from the console version. Who even made this ad?
Thanks to EA for sponsoring this dorkly bit.
Great job, team. Now let's reload before the next wave gets here.
There's no fucking way.
Whenever you add a second player, you have to connect a controller, which obviously is not the ideal way to play. This is because this is all just directly ported from the console version, so they decided to put no effort into making this work differently for PC.
Gonna put more work in a retro P shooter. That's the real moneymaker, baby.
What's even worse is that there's no online capability to this whatsoever. It's still only local co-op. Are you guys working with sticks and stones over there? It should be so fucking easy to add the simple feature of playing with friends online. They're heavily advertising a feature that's been in the PS3 version for 14 years with no difference. There's games on fucking coolmathgames.com that have working servers. It can't be that hard. I did find a way to play online through replacing the files of a game that allowed Steam remote play, but why not just allow this to begin with, especially on Steam, where it's the easiest feature to implement ever. Rubber Hose fucking Rampage has Steam remote play together. Come on. But I hate to say, even if they fucked it up, I found a way for it to work, and it's really fun to finally be able to play this with more people. So even if it's not intended, it is genuinely one of the only things this version has over the original. So we'll give PopCap like half a point here.
No, I remember they being fed. What happened? What the fuck? How did I die? What happened? The graves were still there when he died, actually. That was the only thing that was left.
Okay, so I did end up waiting a little bit to see if they would fix these problems, and to be fair, they did. Dynamic music is now in the game among other small bugs being fixed I mentioned earlier, which is very good, don't get me wrong, but they shouldn't have been problems to begin with. These are very minor nitpicks in the grand scheme of things, but that's kind of a problem if this is supposed to be the definitive version of the game, right? This is a remaster, so it's kind of ridiculous. Obvious shit like parts of the soundtrack were missing, and the only reason it was fixed was because of the huge amount of backlash the fan base gave them. I also feel like the price point would be worth it if this was actually the small team that brought you the original Plants vs. Zombies, but no, it's by the guy that thought the final boss music played for a short clip and was an Easter egg. What the fuck? A lot of indie games get remasters, and they're usually a little more pricey than the original, but that's okay because I want to support the creators. Take the Henry Stickmin collection, for example. These used to be free Flash games, so technically it's way more worth it just to play the free versions, but I'm okay with spending $15 because the creator fucking deserves it. This game has so much work put into it for how small the team is. While it feels like the Replanted team is piggybacking off the success of the original team, they refuse to truly acknowledge while pretending to be fans of the original when they're clearly not. Rich Warner was fired during PvZ2's development and has expressed that he does want to work with PopCap again, but they won't fucking let him for some reason. So now he's just stuck taking commissions from PvZ fans and having no say in this franchise he helped create. So some motherfuckers that listen to the Plants vs. Zombies sound effects long after they play the game get paid instead to do nothing. God damn it!
And really, if you're not paying attention, you might miss it.
So despite everything, you can have fun with this game. It's still Plants vs. Zombies after all, and there's some nice additions like speeding up the game and co-op, but is that worth upping the price from $5 to $20? No, not really. With how bad some re-release prices are now, this probably doesn't seem that bad, but just because Nintendo is committing highway robbery doesn't mean we can excuse this pricing. The absolute laziness on display here really makes me afraid of the future of PvZ. At this point, I don't think we're ever getting games like the Garden Warfare series ever again. That's probably dead and buried, even though they've been massive successes. I'm not even sure we're getting PvZ 3 at least anytime soon. They've been developing the same mobile game for 6 years years and now recently just added an entire new gimmick to it. They were also still asking the community what art style the game should have. Guys, we don't have time for that. We gotta go now. We gotta finish the fucking game. Maybe I shouldn't be asking for them to rush it. Might turn out like Replanted. Might have to AI upscale the whole game.
Chat, we cooked or just french fried?
Only plays for a short clip. And really, if you're not paying attention, you might miss it.